Hi again then guys, and welcome to, of course, another speed build, in particular for Forza Horizon 4. This time, a build which I'll say straight off the bat, if you're a purist, if you're well into your that Civic EKs, mate, with a VTEC and all that, pure front-wheel drive beauty, then forget it. You ain't going to enjoy this at all, because it's not for purists. For a start, it doesn't even have a VTEC engine, and it's all-wheel drive, so purists are probably going to hate this one. However, this is for those of us who don't particularly care about purity. We just want speed. So as far as the tune itself goes, you want to swap out the engine for the VVTi Toyota unit, I believe it is, from the Celica, I think. And then as far as the tuning itself, of course you want to go for stuff like the drag tyres for maximum acceleration. You could go for race tyres if you want a bit of extra handling, but of course you will sacrifice some speed off the line. As far as the visuals, pick whatever bodywork you want. I've opted for the sills and the front bumper, and then I haven't touched the rear bumper or the wing, etc, etc. Now if you want to get this tune straight on your car, exactly as I've done it, then you can grab it from my storefront. So use the keywords in the description or just look up my gamer tag and you'll find that pretty easily. However, if you want to do it yourself, then of course this is the build for you. Maybe you want to go full sleeper, leave the rim stock, the bodywork, that kind of stuff. Of course, that's all part of the charm. Now for the gearbox, I'd recommend a final drive of 3.25. Then for the individual gears, 2.9, 2, 1.5, 1.2, 0.98 and then 0.77. You could tighten up 6th gear a little bit if you want to, say up to 0.79 or even 0.80, because it will get you up to top speed that little bit quicker. You will technically lose some top speed. It drops from like 245 to 243, but as you'll see when we drive the car in a second, it takes you quite a while to actually get to 245 anyway. You can get up around 240 pretty easily, so you're not really going to lose much if you do opt to do that. As far as the alignment, it is all-wheel drive, as I said, and especially with drag tyres, you don't need any camber at all. It keeps itself straight and true. As far as the caster, I've gone for 7 degrees. Personally, I like that. It's great for drifting as well. Anti-roll, we've got on 30, front and rear. Springs on 90, 77, and I've opted to slam it as far as it can go. Dampers on 12, 9, 5, and 4. Aero, of course, doesn't apply. And as far as the diff, I've opted for 100% on the acceleration settings, 0 for deceleration, and a 77% center split. Now I'm not sure if this is just my game, but I would strongly recommend double checking this yourself. I've noticed that some of my cars have been changing the performance settings after I've saved them. This car, for instance, if I go in and out of this menu a few times, the 0 to 60 will change from 1.3 to 1.4 for no apparent reason. So I'm not sure if that's something that they need to fix, but it is something that you need to keep an eye on, because before I had the center split on 75%, but now as you can see that significantly drops how quick it is. Then I increased it to 76. That made it even better, and now as you can see it is even better than 0.7 or 77%, I should say. But you do definitely need to keep an eye on that, because the game will in effect try to screw you over for no apparent reason. But performance-wise, it's a monster. Over 700 horsepower, gives you 1.3 seconds to 60, and the funny thing about this car, as you'll see in a second, is off the line, it actually doesn't feel that quick. And the reason why is because it doesn't wheel spin at all. It just goes. And the result of that is because there's less pomp and ceremony and circumstance to the launch, it doesn't feel as fast. But it actually is, kind of like an electric car. Then for the 0 to 100, 3.9 is supercar level in some cases, and even the top speed of around 240 is very quick for a hatchback. That makes it one of the quickest hatches in the game. You can easily worry stuff like Ford Focus RS's in this car. So, of course, what you want to see is this little monster in action. Now, as I said, you can see from the performance of the car off the line in particular, it just gets the job done. As far as top-end speed, it's kind of ironic because it takes a little bit longer once you get up around 230, 235, 240 for it to accelerate. So if you do decide to use this overall, you can pretty much guarantee that the Honda fanboys will absolutely hate your guts. But at the end of the day, would you rather fit in with them, or would you rather beat Ferraris with the Civic? So overall, if you do decide to use this build, as I said, you can grab it from a storefront or you can do it yourself, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. But you can click here on screen to see all of my other Forza tunes, tips, hints, locations of barns, etc. And for now, as always, thanks for watching.